Streaming live from the Rockefeller's TV Entertainment Center in Corona, California, it's the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
Well, welcome to the Jimbo and Jackie Show. And we got a thank you. I feel like a somebody right now. It feels good, doesn't it? Well, we got a very special treat for you because Jackie and I, on November 20th, we're going to be going to the 420 Bank and Dispensary in Palm Springs, and we are bringing up this gentleman. Are you excited, Jackie?
We are so excited.
Please welcome to the Jimbo and Jackie Show. Give it up for Terry Ilous. Look at Terry. Yes, bravo. Look at you. Another great hair day for Terry. You have never had a bad hair day in your life, have you? Never. He came out of the womb, even with placenta. I think you were working it like gel, looking like Elvis, weren't you?
And even with sideburns.
Yeah. Now, we're going to get into the interview in a little bit, but right now, you want to perform a song for us, and I guess you have a story to tell before you show off the skills.
Yes. So what happened is I grew up in Europe, and I used to go to Spain, Barcelona, Valencia, Madrid all the time when I was a kid, and because my dad was Spanish.
Okay.
And I also go to the south of France, like Saint-Tropez, with all the girls are half naked,
Lucky.
Beautiful place, yeah. And so when I was 16, I believe, I wanted to start my career as an entertainer. Mm-hmm. So I grabbed my guitar, and a buddy of mine and we went to the south of France. So we started playing outside all the restaurants,
Which I heard south of France is where the naked ladies dance.
Yes.
And there's a hole in the wall where the boys can see it all. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I heard.
And girls are in underpants?
Yeah, it's called the glory hole.
That's it. Oh, Jackie.
That is my favorite.
Different show. We'll talk about that another time. But anyways, you're down there, you're 16 years old.
So I'm 16 and a half with my buddy and Mark, and we go to the south of France. We think, we're gonna make money, and if we don't make money, we're gonna pick up the chicks.
Hey, there you go.
So we were singing outside the restaurants, and we never made any money. And guess what?
Tell us.
We never picked up the chicks either.
No chicks either.
That's hard to believe.
0
for 2, damn it.
Yeah, see, we were poor.
You're right.
So, in the south of France and Spain, if you sing outside the restaurant, you need to have the dough,
Right.
And we didn't have that. So I used to sing all the songs, like, trying to charm the girls. Nothing. So there was this song that I learned. It was actually written by Cat Stevens in 1974, the year we were born.
Give or take. Yeah, about-ish.
About it, right?
About-ish.
75 for you?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's 1966. And Cat Stevens wrote the song, and 74, I believe, Rod Stewart redid the song, and then later on, Sheryl Crow. And it's one of my favorite songs. It's just a beautiful song. It's a bit of a sad song, but, I hope you don't mind.
No!
All right,
We love it.
Give it a
Please
shot.
give us a round of applause for the Terry Ilous. And sing.
Thank you very much. So it goes something like this, okay? I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone else torn him apart, and she's taking just all that I have. But if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. When it comes to being lucky, she's cursed. When it comes to loving me, she's the worst.
still want you by my side, just to help me dry the tears that I cry. And I'm sure gonna give you a try, but if you won't, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know
my chonies at Terry. That was amazing, brother.
Beautiful.
Wow. Okay. And I'm sure you got chicks after you learned that song.
No.
No, come on.
It's really difficult. When you go to the south of France, you have to realize that it's like everybody has like a lot of money, supercars. You see like the Ferraris, the Star Wars, all that stuff. So you go there with your guitar and you're driving a Ford Pinto, or Chevy Pinto, whatever. I mean, it's not gonna work, my friend.
Oh, but I'm sure it worked a little bit as you worked it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I did okay actually.
Yeah, you had a few happy endings, right?
Yeah.
Now, just so you know, Terry's here because November 20th, Jackie and I are going to be bringing him up on stage with his new band that he's, wait till you hear about this. It's going to be November 20th, a Saturday, at the 420 Bank and Lounge Dispensary.
Yeah.
And you have to tell us a little bit more about your new band right now.
Yeah. Well, I've been an entertainer for so many years. I've done all kinds of music from progressive rock to blues to...
When you have hair like that, you have to be a performer.
Yeah.
You gotta.
So I did all that, and years ago, I started my career in the U.S. as the singer for a band called XYZ, and we did very well.
You did.
We did, thank God, we did well. And then later on, I joined another band called Great White. I did very well.
Yeah.
3 albums with them. God bless them.
Jackie and I both separately got to sing with you.
Yes,
on stage.
On stage and live on the air.
Yes, the little radio show I used to do.
Yeah, I remember that.
And for Jackie's birthday, you brought her up on stage in Las Vegas. Yeah. And she sang with you guys.
Oh, I remember that. That's right.
How did you forget, Tim?
Yes. But no, tell us, what are we going to hear when we go to 420 Bank and Lounge?
So what happened is, after all these years of doing this and that, I decided to go back to my roots, which my dad was from Spain. So I went back to my Spanish vibe and decided to put a band together with flamenco musicians,
awesome.
Luis Villegas, Jose Garcia, all those guys, very well-known flamenco players. And I decided to mix classic rock music with songs by Black Sabbath,
nice.
Bowie, Stevie Wonder, all that stuff, but add a flavor to that, add a flamenco flavor to that.
Yeah, Weird Al did it with accordion. but you're doing
Yeah,
it
he
with
did.
Yes,
he did.
did.
So I decided to do that, and the reason I'm doing this is because my ultimate goal is to actually go back to Vegas and put a show together with dancers and everything. So I know it's far away from the old heavy metal days, but as you get older, you want to do different things in life. You want to move forward, and the show, the idea of the show is the Las Vegas shows with the review and stuff. So.
I like it because I mean we've seen Paul Stanley do something where he goes back to the 50s style. And so, can you play a little flamenco music?
No, I suck.
You suck at it?
Yeah, I suck at it.
But you can sing your ass off, I bet.
I can sing well.
Yes.
I can sing that, but my guitarist, my two guitar player, Jose Garcia and Luis Viegas, are just masters at the style, and they're from Mexico actually, and Tecate, Mexico, and so we're going to be performing at the 420 on November 20th. And,
Saturday. We'll be there.
We'll be there. Yeah.
We want you to come too. Don't be afraid.
So it's a mixture. If you could imagine. It's like Led Zeppelin meets the Gypsy Kings, basically.
I like that.
If like the Gypsy Kings could play flamenco, classic rock.
Right.
That would be that style. So we do Cashmere, we do all the songs, but with a flamenco flavor.
That's gonna be fun.
It's always fun. Sometimes we have a dancer on stage, like a real flamenco dancer. It depends of the night.
Very cool. Right on. Well, man, what a history you've had. I do have to ask you, because the first time I ever saw you, I was at my friend's house getting drunk as a skunk, watching Headbangers Ball on MTV. Where were you the first time you saw the XYZ video Inside Out?
Well, I actually was blown away because the way it happened, it took us such a long time to get signed. Nobody wanted to sign the band, put it this way. First of all, when I came to the US, nobody wanted to hire me at all. Because people say, oh, he's a European singer, he's French, he's Spanish. Who the heck wants to hire a French Spanish singer? So they say, if you can't sing, at least you can cook.
There you go.
So yes, I'm actually a good cook.
I bet you can.
So we got signed to a small label called Enigma Records. And at the time, you have to remember, in 1990, nobody would sign with a small label, indie label. Everybody would want to sign to Capitol Records, Atlantic, all those guys. So we eventually got signed to Enigma Records, and we didn't know what to expect. We were, but you're young, you're 20 years old, you're like, oh my God, we're gonna rock the world, of course,
Yeah.
And then the very first time I saw the video was a Saturday night at my place. We used to have the band's place where all the girls used to come on Saturdays and bring us food.
Yeah.
No, they used to bring us food.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, they used to, for real, because we didn't have any money. Although we were signed to a record.
But you were hot with big old hair and you could sing and
I don't know.
throwing panties. This is worth going to Del Taco. Let's bring Terry some tacos.
That's right. No, we were watching, it was 8 o'clock, and the premiere on MTV came up, and they said, here's a brand new band, and blah, blah, blah. And I was shocked because I was like, wow. I said to myself, well, we did it. Good. Now we didn't know what to expect after that. And then eventually the album did very well, and we toured the world with Alice Cooper and Nugent and Foreigner, and we toured the world till 1994. And then after that, we got fired from the record company, so we took some time off, and life goes on. You do different things.
It's probably jealousy because the record owner didn't have as good hair as you.
No, it's because Nirvana came in the picture.
Damn you, grunge! Damn you for killing the party!
You always say that.
Some great music, but the parties weren't as fun at the grunge concerts.
No, the music was great. Nirvana, Soundgarden, those guys are really, really good. But except the fact that they were really sad and there was no happiness anymore, and there was...
And one thing too, the girls went from wearing mini skirts to the beaver. They were wearing dicky pants, like the guy who changes your oil. It's like in flannel shirts. That's not a good concert. That is not a good concert.
I think honestly, I'm not gonna go back because I'm my age. I know how old I am. But the bottom line is the best time when it comes to rock and roll is definitely the 80s and 60s. 60s I wasn't around, but the 80s in Los Angeles were were amazing. It's like being a little boy in a candy store. It was just like, and you know, it was like
so much fun.
Jim's favorite.
Were you around that time?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You go to the Rainbow and
I was born in '67 and I moved from Chicago out here in '87.
Right.
So I got a little bit of that taste. I wish I moved a little bit sooner.
'87. So you remember the whiskey? And,
The Roxy, Gazzari's.
Well, you know, we were the house band at the Whiskey, meaning we had a deal with Mario. Mario was the owner of the Whiskey Rainbow and On the Rocks, all those clubs. And Mario told us, you know, we could play the Whisky A Go Go. We had to play twice a month in exchange of being the house band and having our logo in front of the whiskey for a year and a half.
Right.
So people used to call it the XYZ Club. They didn't know it was actually the whiskey.
I like that.
That's great.
Who came up with the name of the band, XYZ?
Well, we wanted to call the band Van Halen, but it was taken already.
Oh, by who? I never heard of them.
Now Pat, my bass player, was the mastermind behind all that, and he called the band XYZ. Because here's the true story. If you remember back then, they used to have these Tower Records. They used to have like A for all the bands, ABBA, you know, all the bands. So they used to B for Beach Boy, Boston, all those bands. Yeah. And if you go, there was a thing for XYZ, but there was really no band named XYZ. There was Zebra with a Z. X was, there was a band called X, but really there was not that many bands. And we looked at it and we're like, oh my God, XYZ, it's already there. So we called the band XYZ.
That's a great story.
Yeah, that's true story.
I love that story. And so it doesn't stand for examine your zipper.
No.
Okay, that's good to know.
No.
I do want to ask you this: if you could not wipe swap. Sorry. If you could, that's a different show. If you could voice swap with anybody throughout time and perform one show in their catalog, who would you voice swap with?
I think it would be Ronnie Dio, probably.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I think Ronnie was the best heavy metal singer of all time.
Right, magical.
He was magical, and he was also an amazing person.
Yep, never heard a bad story about Ronnie Dio.
Ronnie was the sweetest guy in the world. He was really humble. I met him a few times, and he was a little guy, not that weird. Big, you know.
Well, you know, nobody says, "Hey, Shaq." Oh, it's Jimbo.
No, I know. But he was a little guy, but he has so much power. It was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
So, Ronnie Dio, of course. I mean, who wouldn't? You know, I would not want to be Pee Wee Herman if that's what it's
Well, once again, we got to thank Terry for coming down because I'm going to tell people this because this was badass. You did this. You actually had a dentist appointment this morning. Yeah. And you still, through that, you did sing for us, and we can't thank you enough.
And I'm scared to go to the dentist. I tell you that. I'm like, he called me, my dentist called me and said, "Are you coming this time or not?" I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Right. Well, we're glad you did both because you got the shiny white teeth. You got good breath. Yeah. You sang great for us. We can't thank you enough. Once again, it's going to be at the 420 Bank Dispensary and Lounge in Palm Springs, November 20th. Jackie and I are going to be there, but it ain't going to matter because Terry's band, Terry Ilous and the Vagabonds.
Yes.
They're going to be doing like Zeppelin songs. Going to be doing what else songs?
Don Henley. We do a couple of Don Henley songs. We do some songs by the Police.
Awesome.
My guitar player is going to also sing one song, Jose Garcia. He's from Tecate, Mexico.
Oh, very cool.
He's
so nice to name the beer after.
Yes, he actually named. Yeah. Well, he had the name Corona after.
There you go. Not the virus, the beer.
Did they really name the city after the beer?
I don't know. Let's say, hey, Rockefeller's TV CEO. Do you know why they named it Corona?
That's a good question, man. Nobody, you know.
I'm gonna go.
Alex, is it just because it's called no?
We're gonna have to research it.
Well, wait a minute. Is there a city in the world named Budweiser?
No, because that's out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but there is a place in Missouri called Uranus, Missouri.
No way.
Yeah, I got a T-shirt and everything. We bought like $200 worth of swag because.
Jim's little boy said, "Who goes to Uranus, Missouri, and spends $200?"
There's really a place named that's the name of a place.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man.
Uranus,
wow.
Missouri.
And what's the T-shirt like? There's a finger this way, or?
Something like that. But we can't thank you. Where can everybody find you and your stuff? Go ahead, do the plug
like everybody
right
else on Facebook. You know, you can get me on Facebook, Instagram, or, you know, and I always answer. The thing about it is a lot of people send me messages.
Right.
I get a lot of messages every day, and also although sometimes it takes me a while, but I always get back to people and said, hey, thanks for the message and everything. Because I think it's really important to respond to the fans, because the truth is you can be as good as you can be, but if you don't have the fans, you don't have a career.
Exactly.
You know?
You got no money, you got no chicks.
Yeah, man,
That's
I
right.
remember those days.
Well, Terry, ever since the first I ever met you on the radio show, I felt a cool bond with you.
Yeah.
You've given us some great memories with letting us sing with you on stage. You just made another great memory, and
you.
I can't wait to see our future together, because we're going to see you November 20th. Everybody, please give it up for Terry Ilous.